Tribe up with me one more time. Great day. Hey, welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Black Jack. Getting with y'all one more time. It's Wednesday, March 26, 2024. We got a good show lined up. Salute to everybody in the house. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, and share if you haven't done so already. We is rocking out on the Patreon right now. And title of the show is America Exposed, my nigga. Hey, salute to everybody that's been supporting the house, man. I humbly appreciate our support. I know everybody ain't got it, but those that got it and that's able to support, I do appreciate your support. And much love to all the supporters. Much love to those who can't support, but mean to. But anyway, let's get on to the show, America Exposed. Hey, looking at this thumbnail from a third eye point of view. Once again, y'all know the routine. Y'all know the routine right now. We're looking at the thumbnail from a third eye point of view, and need I say more? We see what it is. I don't know if you ever seen this before. I always like to ask, because I always like to feel like I'm at least trying to bring something new to the table. You know what I'm saying? The tribe at least deserve that. You know what I'm saying? So I always look forward to trying to bring something new. So if you've seen this image before, hit me in the comment section and let me know that you've seen it before. Also hit me in the comment section and give me a shout out. Let me know where you at. Shout your people out. But if nobody knows where this image come from, we're going to talk about it in a few. But we're going to observe it from a third eye point of view for right now. And it clearly says America. It clearly says America on the thumbnail. I mean, we just setting the tone with that. It says America. But if you look dead center, it looks like what appears to be a camel. I don't know if that's a camel or not, man. Hit me in the chat. Let me know if that's a camel in the middle of the painting. And this image does come from a map. Y'all know your boy is a big time geography nerd. I love to study old maps, places and place names. And I love to study maps, old maps of America, historically old maps of America, ancient maps of the true old world of America. Well, we see the camel dead center, but if we look even further, he's surrounded by Indians. Now, one thing you should notice about these Indians he's surrounded by, that camel is surrounded by, they don't look nothing like what we are told Native Americans are today. In fact, they look like the people that we're calling African Americans. Salute. We're gonna dig into it. I also noticed that the brother on the far left of the screen has a full-grown beard. He got a Rick Ross. He got a Rose beard. He got a Rick Ross beard. They also lied and told us the Indians ain't have beards. So they lied and told us the Indians ain't have beards. They lied and told us all kind of lies. They told us the Indians was red men, but clearly they were Negro. And these maps proving it, these old maps. This map here, if I ain't mistaken, I might be wrong. I gotta check my sources, and we're gonna get into that because we is on the Patreon. We definitely gonna get into sources. But if I ain't mistaken, this map is from 1710. But I gotta double check. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I gotta double check, y'all. I got a lot of sources that I go through. Could be right, could be wrong. I had to jog my memory, but I do got the source pulled up and ready to go. But we're gonna continue to look from a third eye point of view for a second. So we notice one of the brothers got a full-grown beard, man. He got a full beard, and he got on the way he's dressed. He got on the skin. I don't know if you noticed that. He got on the skin like a jaguar skin or something. And he does have what appears to be a feather headdress on. I'm not sure if my eyes are deceiving me. Oh, actually, this map that this image come from is from 1695. It's circa 1695. So it's from the late 15th century, 1695. Map of the Western Hemisphere, the so-called Western Hemisphere. And like I said, we're going to dig into it. We're going to look a little further at the images. So we see that brother with the full beard. Now, on the far right hand, we see a brother dressed more traditionally, like what we recall looking at. Like he got on some fashion of loincloth. He got his feather headdress. And he got look like feather bangles around his upper arms. You know, something like the so-called Moor with the emerald clusters. Now, behind him, we see other Indians with different kind of headdresses on. Like like even the Indian far to the left, the Indian, the one that's far to the left, the one immediately right of him, it looks like he has on some kind of animal skin headdress with horns, and he happens to be smoking a tobacco pipe. And if you look on the table, right in front of him is a tobacco roll. We know this because we saw several tobacco Indians to make the comparison with, so we know what we're looking at, and we'll prove that also. We'll prove that also. But these are stuff. This is stuff you learn just through studying and connecting dots over and over again when you start to understand what you see. And make no mistake, we are very aware of what we see. So like I say, the far to the left, the one immediately right of him, he's smoking a pipe. He has an animal headdress with horns, and he has a tobacco roll right in front of him on the table. And we can make that comparison very easy to tobacco Indian statue where he's holding the roll in his left hand. If everybody can see that, I mean that would be his right hand from my point of view. Matter of fact, let me move my face off the screen so we can really see what we're looking at here. So this is a tobacco Indian. He got his feather headdress on. He's shirtless. He has his loincloth on, and he's leaning on his tobacco roll on the left. He happens to be smoking a pipe also, even though it's not the clearest image, I guess. But it tells you that this is an Indian blackamoor, American Indian, a tobacco merchant. Tobacco is indigenous to America, just like this Indian is. He's indigenous to America. And if we compare him to the map, yes, he's definitely a so-called Negro. We can even see his hair. We can see his hair texture. And they will call him an African American. But this is American Indian. He looks like the people that they're calling African Americans today. Now, if we compare him to this image from the map, he doesn't have on the animal headdress. He has a feather headdress like some of the other Indians to the right, but he has that same tobacco roll on the table. If you can see that right below the Indian, the second Indian to the far left that's smoking the pipe, he has that tobacco roll on the table, just like the Indian blackamoor that we just looked at, Indian so-called blackamoor that we just looked at. So we connect the dots and we know it's the same thing. We know these are indeed American Indians, and they are so-called Negroes. They all got short, kinky hair. It looks like the same texture as that tobacco Indian we looked at. An Indian blackamoor, tobacco merchant. Like I say, he has his loincloth on. He has his feather headdress. He has his tobacco roll. We see on the table right above the A and M in America, we see the tobacco roll. We see the long pipe, just like the tobacco Indian was spoken, and we see the so-called Negroes. And we see to the far right, we see that same type of loincloth skirt, and the Indian with his back turned, looks like he's reaching for something across the table, and he has a feather headdress and feather arm bangles. So we connected the dots, and we know that this is indeed historically correct. This map is from this map that this image comes from, with the camel dead in the center, is from 1695. And the tobacco Indian that we looked at right here, this tobacco statue made by the Europeans that were coming to America at the time, this was made, let's see when. This was made in 1700 to 1750. So this only like, they don't even know when. This is an Indian blackamoor tobacco merchant, 1700 to 1750. So they gave a 50-year span. But 1700 to 1750, and this image from the map was made in 1695, so it's the same era. So we know this is very realistic. We know this is real. We know this is historically accurate. Now I know everybody want to know, where does this image come from? What map is this come from? And that's what we're here for. This is the Patreon. We do share sources. I salute to the members of the Patreon and everybody that support the house. Y'all are greatly appreciated. And this image comes from this another ancient map of America. And right now we on oldworldauctions.com. oldworldauctions.com. America Septentrionalis Novissima. America Meridionalis Accuratissima. And this is by Pierre Schenck. This is a Frenchman, Pierre the Frenchman. And like I say, this map was created circa 1695, around the same time that Tobacco Indian statue was created. And this publication, Atlas Contractus, and let's see, a fine decorative map of the Americas. North America is based on the Simpson-Jalop model, with California as an island, because California was an island at that time before you guys created these dams. Buttons Bay and the Great Lakes are both left open in the west, leaving open the possibility of a northwest passage. An unusual feature of the map is the pair of large cartouches, one for each continent, each surrounded by figures including natives, animals, European explorers, and a river god. Now, so at the top of this, so the image that I'm using for the thumbnail is right down here at the bottom, and we can blow it up and even take a look at it. And it's going to say, let's click on it so we can really see. All right, and let's drag it into place where we can really see it. I mean, this is a bad view from, okay, so this ain't the best view from, let's see. I ain't why is it? Alright, I'm trying to see where you can read what it says. It basically says America Meridionalis Accuratissima on the map. And we see all the figures that are there. And this is from 1695, like I said. Let's see why it won't let me pop back out. Let me see. I'm trying to pop back out. Let me see. Hold on. I done messed up, y'all. I done messed up the source that quick, y'all. My bad. Let me stroll it down. I gotta stroll it all the way down. And I keep blowing it up even more. At the top of the map, you see the colonizers. Now you see they're pale skinned, totally opposite of what we just looked at. You can tell the colonizers by the way they're dressed, right? And we see a native right there, a nappy-headed so-called Negro. Notice in the description they did not say any African slaves were there or any goofy stuff like that. They said natives and European colonizers, and we see what they appear, and we see what and who they appear to be according to this map from 1695. If I can drag it back over to, I don't know why it won't let me just get back to where I was at with it. Let me see. Dang, this is crazy. Why is it doing that? I was trying to get back to where we I know what I can do. I'm sorry, I'll do it like this then, since they don't want to let me get back to where I started. Let me do it like this then, y'all. Y'all know they gotta mess with me when we go to open discovery on new material. They always like to hijack and slow the stream and do all kind of stuff. So we'll just click back to it like that. So we'll blow it up like this, and maybe we can read it better. So yeah, we see the colonizers, we see the American Indian kneeled down right here, and we see America Septentrionalis in the north, and we see in the south end they show another image, the cartouche with the Indians, the so-called Negroes, right? And you know, they put these images on these old maps. That's why it's important to study geography, because your true history is right there. And it's so easy to find this stuff if you know where to look. And you know, the history classes, the public schools, they're gonna ignore this, and they're not gonna teach this to your children. They're gonna teach them hijack lie, mainstream lie. They're not gonna tell them that the Indians was so-called Negroes. And they're gonna tell them that they are from Africa, right in their own land. And you clearly see that that's not the case. We clearly see that that's not the case. They're gonna tell you that you came over on a slave ship. Well, right here on the map in 1695, it shows us otherwise. It shows that you were already here, and that you descend from American Indians, the people that they truly enslaved. And we can get a clearer look at that tobacco roll with the Indian that's smoking the pipe. And we clearly see the Indian with a full beard. And like I say, they are clearly so-called Negroes And you can easily tell that's the case when you compare them to the colonizers that's at the top end, that's at the top corner of the map, who are much more pale, almost as pale as the background of the map. A stark difference than the so-called Negroes, who are more than twice as dark as the background of the map. Yeah, this is the type of stuff we gotta study, y'all. I mean, we gotta study. We gotta read books, laws, study images, study maps and geography, and we will learn our true past. It's out there. I mean, this stuff cannot be hidden because it's world history. They can try to hijack, try to cover up, and try to whitewash, but this is history that they cannot hide. They can try to whitewash the map, but you see, this original sold for $2,750. A map from 1695 showing the true American Indians and the people that colonized their land. A fine decorative map of the Americas. North America is based on the Sampson-Gillett model with California as an island. Buttons Bay and the Great Lakes are both left open-end in the west, leaving open the possibility of a northwest passage. An unusual feature of the map is the pair of large cartouches, one at the top, one at the bottom. One for each continent, each surrounded by figures, including natives, animals, European explorers, and the river god. Surrounded by figures including natives, animals, European explorers, and the river god. So where's the river god? Is the river god somewhere up? Yeah, I guess the river god is supposed to be up here. Try to blow it up one more time. I guess that's the river god, y'all, according to them. Can y'all see that? I guess that's a good look right there. I guess that's the river god according to them. I guess that's Zeus. Is that Zeus in the river? I see the American Indian right there behind the colonizer. I see that. I see the so-called Negro, the native. Hey man, this is our real history, man. Yours and mine, and they can't take it from us. They can lie about it, try to hijack it, but the truth is gonna set you free. The truth gonna set everybody free, man. Whether they like it or not. Some people don't want to be free. Some people want to go back in the cage and they want to stay in there. Well, we gonna set them free with the truth, whether they like it or not. Native animals, is that a camel or is that an alpaca? Yeah, he got his tobacco roll. He got his medallions on, Managa. You see him? He got his medallions on, Managa. Like the Temuco. He got his tobacco roll. Like this Indian so-called blackamoor. So-called blackamoor. They got all kind of names for you. Now they just call you black. They called you Indian. They called you blackamoor. Now they just call you black people. They calling you African Americans now. You had your tobacco roll. It's just you. It's you all alone. They got more pictures of you too. They got more pictures of this guy with his back turned. For some reason, it's not on this one. Let's see. Let's go and put it up though. They got more pictures of him with his back turned. Sold at auction. Of course, they sold it. I wonder who bought it. I don't know why they showing the fake snake. Let me see. I guess they pull up a fake snake. They say gotcha. They pull. I guess that's supposed to mean Quetzalcoatl. I don't know. They got us with that one. Let's troll back. Let me see who else got them. Let me see who else got our guy. I mean, there's all our guys, right? It's all of them. There's another one. We've seen them before. And hey, we exposed them like no one else. Everybody doing it now, but we exposed it like no one else. We bust the gate over with it, with all of these. I sit back and I laugh now when I see everybody doing it, but it's cool. I'm glad everybody doing it because I know we done made an impact That's what that tell me. We done made it the House of Cons. We made an impact on the game with the type of research we do and the way we do research. We making an impact on the game. Hey man, I just wanted to get at y'all on the Patreon, man, to talk about this, man. And yeah, y'all got the sources. Any y'all want to pull the sources up with the con on it? You know where it's at. Tamara Khan on my map, Managa. You know where it's at. So hey, I'm Blackjack. This is House of Cons. I appreciate all the support one more time. We is gonna be switching up the game. We gonna come back to the public lives in May. We ain't been doing no public lives because we've been waiting on our strikes to wear off. So we just been falling back, chilling, letting everybody else do their thing. But we will be coming back with a new season and a new style, Managa. So y'all look forward to that in May. And I'm Blackjack, this House of Cons. I appreciate y'all one more time. We out. Peace.